Hey everybody, welcome. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name's Taylor, I'm the creative director here at Lifetogether, and we're gonna share with you an exciting opportunity that we have coming up. So you've worked with us in the past, and you've probably done a curriculum with us, probably been involved with some of our coaching and consulting, and so we wanna kind of give you guys a first look at some of the new offerings that we have at Lifetogether. And so Brett, why don't you tell them a little bit about where we're heading, which is really exciting.
First of all, for those of you who don't know, this guy has come in and taken our game after, 7 years or so up to a whole nother level. Just top of his class at film school, the largest Christian film school, and I'm just grateful for you and the work that he's done this last year. So those of you who haven't met Taylor, what he's really brought. But those of you that are watching this, you're folk that has been a part of our ministry, some back, way back 10 years ago when we first started producing what is video curriculum, church-wide campaigns for churches. And so I just want to say thanks for taking a minute. We are excited about introducing to you a couple of new things that we're going to be doing. But when we started Lifetogether, Taylor, 15 years ago, it was about 5 years in that we started actually producing curriculum for other churches. But when we first launched, we, with Zondervan, had like a $750,000 curriculum contract, and we sold the Doing Life Together stuff out of the Life Together offices, and we sold almost $1.5 million in curriculum over a 4-year period, and just had an unbelievable run. So we learned about publishing, and we learned about reselling a curriculum. But when we started kind of coaching and consulting churches, we kind of got away from that, especially since the margins were kind of thin and it just didn't seem to make sense in our business model. But what's happened now with what you have brought is we've gone through a season where we totally stepped up the game. Some of the projects that you've done and some of the creative nature of the things that you've brought has put things into a whole nother level, and churches are benefiting from it, but then other churches are wanting to hear more about what they could do with the series. And so what we've decided to do is to be able to help now not just produce the curriculum, but also publish the curriculum and promote the curriculum outside to what is our list of what is about 20,000 or so churches that are very curriculum savvy and campaign savvy. So most of the churches we work with now, over 500, an average size about 3,000, they all are looking for the next campaign, or their people are looking for the next curriculum. So we've kind of come to a point where we're going to take what is a handful of the churches that we've worked with. And so if you're receiving this, you kind of made the cut, so to speak, if I can say it that way, as Taylor has reviewed, and we're interested in being able to sell your curriculum to the degree that you're gain, off of our website. And so this is kind of a fun new place that that we're sitting. So
yeah, what an exciting time. I mean, you've had the curriculum that we produced for you. You launched it in your church. Now the opportunity for you to repurpose it and for it to go outside of the walls of your church, and that's what this is all about. Is how do we capitalize on the momentum of the curriculum, these beautiful curriculums we've been able to create with you guys, and then and launch those outside the walls of the church. And that is giving the opportunity for you guys to get your message out that we were able to produce for you. Out to churches all over the country. Yeah.
So what's fun about it is, like, one of the series that we did was the Daniel Plan series, and we shot all the testimonies and played a part with the curriculum, and the thing won Book of the Year, which it's not really our we can't take claim to that by any means, but it sold several million, and it was just a great run. But it was the stories in it that really helped even add things to the book. So we've kind of gone into a new mode where we are now going to ghostwrite books, not just produce the curriculum for local churches. And because it's usually a sermon series that you've done, and whether it's a sermon series that you did with us, we're kind of in that mode where we're kind of considering to give you what we call that kind of three-legged stool of a DVD, a study guide, and a trade book, kind of like the Purpose Driven Life had the 40 Days of Purpose DVD, the study guide, and the Purpose Driven Life book. The other thing we've decided to do is kind of like with the curriculum, how it's got a bit of a template where it's 50% or so is written before it begins, with that kind of that Life Together operating system that helps us start and sustain groups and such. We've decided we're going to go ahead and do custom church-wide campaign kits for some of those curriculum that we've done. So we're kind of taking what I did a long time ago with 40 Days of Purpose, and we've done with Focus on the Family and a bunch of other parachurch ministries. And so we're going to create this template that will actually be a custom 40-day campaign. So churches that we work with will not just get 25 curriculum or something like that. They'll get 2,500, or we just got an order from one church. They ordered 25,000 units of curriculum for a campaign that we did. And that one's not going to come around very often. Let me just say that. But we're real excited about being able to take what is the resources that you've done. And here's the way we're going to do it. We're just going to basically take our cost, whatever it takes for us to print and to duplicate. And because we've done, I mean, how many series, just this last year have you guys done?
I mean, I don't know, maybe close to 50, 40. Yeah, it's been a lot.
Do you even know where your bed is at
I
home?
don't. No, they know me at the Holiday Inn very well.
That's right. But we're going to take what is those 50 series, and because we work with Arnold Donnelly and everybody, they're giving us better rates to purchase the curriculum, and so we're going to get what it takes us to get it, plus what is a little overhead to be able to do warehousing and promotion and the operations and a call center and all that kind of stuff like we used to do. And then whatever's left over, we're just going to kind of split it with what is the partner church that we're working with. And so we now have already just verbally about 15 or so people have said, hey, we're game. We're going to launch it off our website initially, and then we're going to set up a whole new website. I think we're going to use, I've got the domain smallgroupcurriculum.com and smallgroupbiblestudies.com. We're going to at least have those kind of pour into this. And we're going to start doing training for small group leaders and courses for what are small group pastors, et cetera, on this site, so add value-added kinds of things. But it'll be a bit like Right Now Media, but it's really an exclusive place that we can go ahead and promote it to our people, and you could do the same.
Yeah.
And in some cases, you're with a publisher, and we may be a secondary place that we could sell your resources, and we'd love to, whether it be like we're going to do with Christine Kane, or hopefully with Rick's stuff and Max Lucado's stuff, and several others that we've done with churches like that. But we're real excited about the possibility. So if you're kind of receiving this, we'd like to be able to extend the opportunity. You can read down below about what we're doing, and there's just a simple kind of for lack of a better word, licensing agreement that we're doing, so that we'll be able to sell a physical copy and do on demand and have some warehousing. We'll also be able to do a digital download for those churches that want it, and then once a quarter, go ahead and just kind of give you whatever the revenue is, the shared revenue or the profit on it, and so everybody kind of wins. It's a great way to be able to pay back the church for what is some of the investment that they made in us for both consulting as well as production.
Yeah.
But the last thing we want to tell them is about a new opportunity that we're extending just to those that we have partnered with, and it's kind of our new publishing program. Why don't you tell them a little bit about it? It's kind of that.
Yeah, this is really exciting. And so this is the opportunity for us to produce curriculum with churches with publishing in mind. So we're repurposing past stuff we've done, but now we're looking forward and wanting to produce curriculum with churches with the end goal of publishing in mind. So with that, we're going to come into your church, be able to produce this curriculum at free, at no cost to you. That cost will be something that we bear for all the production and getting everything written and edited and all that fun stuff. But then the beautiful part of this is then we're able to use this on the publishing platform we've just talked to you guys about. It'll be available to other churches. And then your church will then be able to then purchase the print curriculum and the DVDs and everything that we were able to produce with you for your own small group launch. So you'll be able to produce it for your own small group launch. It'll also be available for other churches to use. So this is really exciting because we're repurposing the past, but then we're also looking ahead to the future. And so, that's
great. It's been something that, I kind of feel like with our team, I kind of go, duh, I wish we had kind of thought about this before. But for new churches that we haven't worked with, we're producing it for free. But the augment of it is that it's they pay for consulting services. But with this one, we're not necessarily asking or going there. What we're saying is we'll produce it for free. We have your people pay for the curriculum. So we'll sell it back to you guys at full price, at full retail price, and then you just have your people purchase it from you, not give it out in this case. And then you'll give us an advance on what is 50% or so on the cost for purchasing of the curriculum. And it comes close to being able to have it be a little bit of a wash with what your people will pay for the curriculum. So you advance pay, and then 30 days, 60 days after that, you sell it through to the church during your campaign or whatever you're going to do. But the differential in those things makes it so we're game to do it, at least with those that we've worked with in the past. and then we could share on the backside of being able to promote it to other churches that are on your network or are on our network. And so we've kind of worked it out where we're going to take a handful or so churches this summer that we're going to work with and partner with, that we may shoot it this fall or we may shoot it later summer. But to the degree that you're listening to this and there's any intrigue or interest, feel free to give myself and Taylor a call. The information is down below, but we're sending this to those that we kind of think would be a great candidate for kind of this upcoming new initiative. And to say, some of you guys have got the opportunity that you want to maybe do a book, and it could be an old sermon series or whatever. We actually are working with the churches in some cases to be able to have her cover that cost or cover a part of that cost to do the ghostwriting, assuming that you'll sell, again, some back to your church, and that'll help make it a wash so that we can also make that campaign and those resources available outside.
Yeah.
So hopefully it gives you a little sample.
So to close, we have two great opportunities. The first opportunity is past curriculum that we've produced with you. It's sitting there. It's got dust on it maybe. You haven't been able to repurpose it for a while. All we need from you is a green light, a thumbs up, a go for it from you. We'll send you over a contract to sign, and basically that allows us to handle all the legwork for you. You don't have to worry about promoting or marketing or anything. We do that for the series. We put it on our platform. We sell it to our network of churches and ministries that we work with and know very well. And then every quarter, then you would then receive the cut of the sales that we got for it. That's opportunity number one. Opportunity number two, which is really exciting, is any further studies. Any studies now that we want to kind of lock with you guys to create. Opportunity for those to be free to you at no cost. All that cost is on us to produce that with then the hopes that your church will purchase the units like you kind of would anyways. If any of you have worked with us, you know that you still have to get the items printed that we produce. Sure. So you're still doing that, but then also us being able to repurpose that and sell them on lifetogether.com and some of our other websites.
There's two other things that I want to also mention that we are now doing. We're also in some cases kind of creating a bit of a one church I talked to yesterday, just a little bit of facelift. There's a couple things that they kind of wanted to change and added a few new photos and stuff like that. We can make some of those changes before we kind of do this in your case. Also to do a custom edition, like with Gene Apple with Hope Rising, we've had a bunch of churches that have wanted kind of a custom edition of what we've done, and that's been a fun piece to be able to make available to the churches. But I think one of the things that I just tripped across as we've been kind of working through this with our kind of finance team and stuff is that if we are coming to the church and paying for what is the production, the church isn't paying anything for production, and we're not asking for anything for consulting, and your people ultimately are paying for the curriculum, which is kind of a pass-through price. On the backside, truly, that's what we're leaning into, is a publishing model where you, as the would be more like considered like an author, and would be able to go ahead and get the royalty or the revenue. Now, your church may want to pay back the existing project that you've done, but I'm talking about a new project. It could be like a traditional, kind of a publishing program. I was with Sealy Yates. I'll finish with this. The guy who's the most famous intellectual property and lawyer and agent for all the kind of the leading folks around the country, from Beth Moore to John Maxwell to kind of all the who's who of people that he represents. And I sat down with him and I said, "What do you think of this?" And he said, "Brett, the thing is this is a niche that is so unique because publishers are taking fewer and fewer books, and certainly they're not doing curriculum on the backside. And even if they are, they're not necessarily distributing it in a Christian bookstore quite in the same way." Well, our audience is a curriculum and a campaign buying audience. They understand being able to get it for a church. So it's totally different, but it's a market that we know and have serviced already. So it's kind of fun because I just called a couple of friends and churches that you'd know that are really excited about doing this. And one of them I will share. I'm going tomorrow to Atlanta to be with what is John Maxwell and his team, and he wants to do curriculum that's going to reach the business marketplace. We're going to do 8 of the new town hall productions, which you guys got to see. You've hopefully seen a little bit of trailers and things on this, so the things that Taylor has done over the last year, which is completely different formats that aren't just kind of what we would now call kind of the talking head formats. We've now moved everything to what is kind of a table talk, which is kind of like this with 6 or so people around it in a very interactive fashion, or a room packed with 50 people and the senior pastor sitting center stage like in a town hall. And what he's done is just magical. I can't wait for you to see some of the examples down below because we've had had a great run. Just a gifted guy to take us kind of the next level. You'll see some samples of that, but. No matter which production that they want to do, or like the one you just did the other day that you're editing in the other room by, what's the guy's name?
Yeah, Montel Jordan.
This is how we do it.
Yeah, that guy who's now a pastor out in Atlanta, and we did a marriage series with him and his wife.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of exciting things that we've done. So not only could you be a church that could repurpose some of your material that we've used to publish it.
Yeah.
You could be a church that wants to connect with us for us to produce another series for you that we could publish. But also, you could head on over to our website here soon and be able to purchase some of our past curriculum we've done with other churches like Montel or some of these other individuals who would likely have those on our shop site.
Yeah.
Go purchase it for your church. You guys can go through it with your small groups.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, we look to be able to secure about 25 or so, and we're on our way to doing the top 100 that we've kind of done over the last 8 years or so. So if you're receiving this, we feel like it'd be great to have you. Thanks for taking a minute. Wanted to introduce you to Taylor, better known as Tay Tay on our team, and look forward to connecting with you guys soon. We'll give you a call soon.
See ya.